Book 1. Just briefly to understand this very beautiful part written by Jagat Guru Tam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu. It's in the Kunj Madhuri of Book 1, page 70. So, Yugal bar Radha Krishna, Supreme Brahm in the form of Shri Radha Krishna, they are dancing in the most beautiful flower garden, most beautiful, they're so beautiful shrubs, etc. The most beautiful place, it's called Kunj. देखती ललिता दिक सखियन सब पुनि पुनि कह बलिहार. Seeing Radha Krishna dancing like this, Ashtamaha Sakhi, the 8 main friends of Radharani, who are descension of Sri Radha Krishna himself, are saying again and again, Balihar, Balihar. We sacrifice ourselves again and again on this most beautiful dance. Aaju hod pari gahi nirtat maha yugal naval sarkar. So this is not only a dance, not only is Radha Krishna dancing, but there's a competition. Hod. Hod means competition as to who is the best dancer. Who is the best dancer, Radharani or Shri Krishna? Vivid ang bahu bhed sang do hav bhav vistar. Of course, Shri Krishna is the best when it comes to everything in the world, and Radharani, who is the other inseparable form of Shri Krishna, is also the best. No one can top them. So they're displaying all the modes in Indian classical dance. Every movement of the body, hands, etc., has a meaning. So they are showing all the movements, and they are perfect in dance, of course. No one is better than them. And through different parts of the body, they are showing different moods. Niratat gati abhiram gaur hari har jeet urdhar. And so, without any rest, they're competing so much because they want to win. Both want to win. Radharani wants to be victorious. Shri Krishna wants to be victorious. It looks like a worldly thing. It is a divine. Both is given happiness to each other by doing that. Dono ko sukh dene wali hai. Tab lalita sakhi uthi kaha bas karu nachat do ikasar. Finally, one of the Ashtamaha Sakhi, other gopis are there, but main is Ashtamaha Sakhi, 8 main gopis. One of them is Lalita Sakhi. She gets up and says, okay, this is enough. Because they're dancing so fierce and so fast and not wanting to stop. So seeing this, Lalita Sakhi says, okay, it's enough. No one has won. Both are extremely perfect in dance, Both is tied. His competition is tied. No one has won. Do kripalu kaha pakshapat yah, ye gaye har. So both of them now start saying this is favoritism. Someone is taking sides here. Radharani points at Shri Krishna points at Radharani and says, she is lost, I have won. Radharani points at Shri Krishna and says, no, he is lost, I have won. No one accepts defeat. This is, of course, it looks like a worldly thing, but this is only to give happiness to the devotees. This is all divine. Niratat kunj majhar yugal var.
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 Dekhati lalita dik sakhiyan sab.
Dekhati lalita dik sakhiyan sab.
Oh, dekhati lalita dik sakhiyan sab.
Dekhati lalita dik sakhiyan sab.
Oh, puni puni kahi balihar yugal var.
Puni puni kahi balihar yugal var.
Oh, puni puni kahi balihar yugal var.
Puni puni kahi balihar yugal var.
Oh, niratat kunj majhar yugal var.
Niratat kunj majhar yugal var.
Aaju hor pari gai nir tat maha.
Aaju hor pari gai nirat maha.
Oh, aaju hor pari gai nirat. आजू होर परी गई ओ युगल नवल सरकार युगल
युगल नवल सरकार युगल
ओ युगल नवल सरकार युगल
युगल नवल सरकार युगल
ओ निरतत कुंज मझार युगल
निरतात कुंज मझार युगल
विविध अंग बहु भेद संग दो
विविध अंग बहु भेद संग दो
ओ विविध अंग बहु भेद संग दो
विविध अंग बहु भेद संग दो
ओ भाव भाव विस्तार युगल
भाव भाव विस्तार युगल
भाव भाव विस्तार युगल
भाव भाव विस्तार युगल
ओ निरतत कुंज मझार युगल
निरतात कुंज मझार युगल
निरतत गति अभिराम गौर हरि
निरतात गति अविराम गौर हरि
ओ निरतत गति अभिराम गौर हरि
निरतात गति अविराम गौर हरि
हार जीत हार जीत उरधार युगल
निरतात कुंज माझ्यार युगलवार
तब ललिता सखी उठी कह बस कर
तब ललिता सखी उठी कह बस करो
ओ तब ललिता सखी उठी कह बस कर
तब ललिता सखी उठी कह बस करो
ओ नाचत दो एक सार युगल
नाचत दो एक सार युगलवार
ओ नाचत दो एक सार युगल
नाचत दो एक सार युगलवार
ओ निरतात कुंज मझार युगल
निरतात कुंज माझ्यार युगलवार
दो कृपाल कह पक्ष पात यह
दो कृपालु पक्षपात
ओ दो कृपालु कह पक्ष पात यह
दो कृपालु पक्षपात
ओ ये गए हार युगल
ये गई हार युगलवार
ओ ये गए हार युगल
ये गई हार युगलवार
ओ निरतात कुंज मझार युगल
निरतात कुंज माझ्यार युगलवार
हमारे प्यारे प्यारे युगल सरकार की जय। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अहोवकीयं स्तनकालकूटं जिघांसयास्यायदप्यस्याध्वी लेभे गतिं धातृचितां ततोऽन्यं कं वा दयालुं शरणं व्रजेम। नमः कमलनाभाय नमः कमलमालिने नमः कमलपादाय नमस्ते कमलेक्षण यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तद्ध्वं देवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। बोले राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। प्रिय भक्त समुदाय, दिव्य आत्माओं, महानुभाव, dearest devotees of the Supreme Lord, the divine souls. First, let me say Radhe Radhe to each and everyone, and my pranam, my humblest appreciations to all of you. Also to our viewers on social media, Facebook, YouTube, Bhakti TV, etc. Very special welcome. Radhe Radhe. Pranam to you also. We have been listening to the Dohas, couplets, from this most divine, most sacred book, Bhakti Shatak, composed and written by Jagat Gurutam, Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu. It's mentioned this 100 Dohas, couplets, but all the philosophy of all the Vedic scriptures, Vedas, Puran, Mahabharata, Gita, Ramayana, etc. is contained in these 100 Dohas. Really given just a brief explanation. As we saw the first Doha I did, how long it took just to complete one Doha, and it will still be in short. Each Doha we can go on and on. So much is filled. So what we are listening to is just a brief commentary, synopsis of what the verse, what the couplet is actually, what the Doha is saying. Last night we finished Doha number 47. So we'll go from now, we'll go to Doha number 48. जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे राधे राधे
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे
बिनु हरि कृपा न जाती यह माया अति बलवान राधे राधे
बिनु हरि कृपा न जाती यह माया अति बलवान राधे राधे
बिनु हरि कृपा न जाती यह माया अति बलवान राधे राधे
बिनु हरि कृपा न जाती यह माया अति बलवान राधे राधे
ज्ञानिन ब्रह्म न कछु कर पुनि किमि कर कल्याण राधे राधे
ज्ञानिन ब्रह्म न कछु कर पुनि किमि कर कल्याण राधे राधे
ज्ञानिन ब्रह्म न कछु कर पुनि किमि कर कल्याण राधे राधे
ज्ञानिन ब्रह्म न कछु कर पुनि किमि कर कल्याण राधे राधे
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण 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 राधे
बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय बिनु हरि कृपा न जाती यह माया अति बलवान माया is supremely powerful अति बलवान है अति बलवती है माया extremely powerful why मायाम तु प्रकृतिम विद्यान मायिनम तु महेश्वरम तस्या वैवभूतस्तु व्याप्तम सर्वमिदं जगत श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषद chapter 4 verse 10 the Vedas say Maya is the power of Shri Krishna the power of God Bhagwan Shri Krishna is the governor of Maya. So since Shri Krishna is supremely powerful, no one can defeat him in the entire universe. Since Maya is his power, this is why Maya is also extremely powerful. Shri Krishna also says in Gita, Daivi Hesha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratyaya. Chapter 7 verse 14. He says Maya is not an illusion as the Jnanis say, but a power that belongs, it is first a divine power, Daivi Hesha, because it's his power, and because Shri Krishna is divine, everything Shri Krishna has is divine. So since it's his power, it is divine. Number one, he says, Mama Maya, Meri Maya. It is a power that belongs to him. So no one can become free from Maya by themselves without the grace of Sri Krishna. Mame vaye prapadyante maya metantarantite. Second line of same verse, chapter 7, verse 14. Only the one who completely surrenders to Sri Krishna, then Sri Krishna will shower his grace. Then Maya will go. जब भगवान माया को कहेंगे छोड़ दो, अब वो मेरे हो गए, इसको छोड़ दो, तब माया जाएगी. Only when Shri Krishna says to Maya, okay Maya, now this one has become mine, leave that one alone, then Maya will go. It is his power. So only by his grace. Yame Vaishya Vinutetina Labhyasta Sesha Atma Vinate Tagmukam Swam. Kathopanishad 1-23. The Vedas are saying only by the prasad, the grace of Shri Krishna, can one become free from Maya. One can know Shri Krishna, attain Shri Krishna. Otherwise, impossible. So, I keep saying Shri Krishna, wo kripa karenge, he will do kripa. What about the Brahm of the Gyanis? That Brahm is also Shri Krishna. Nirakar, Nirgun, Nirvishesh. The Brahm, the God of the Gyanis, the form of Shri Krishna that the Gyanis worship, is called Brahm. He has no form, no name, no pastime, no qualities, only existence. Sat. Sat bas. He has all the powers. We explained one night in detail previously. The Brahm aspect of Sri Krishna has all the powers. Is also Sat Chit Anand, Sachid Anand. But besides the power of existence, Sat, all the other powers are unmanifested. Wo akarta, he doesn't do anything. And since we need the grace of God to become free from Maya, jab Bhagwan kripa karenge, then only when he will shower his grace, then Maya will go. But the Brahm of the Jnani, he doesn't do anything. Akarta. So how is he going to shower grace? Kripa. This is why in ancient times, those who follow in the path of Gyan, as I mentioned before, they would attain up to Atma Gyan. Yogis, Gyanis, they were able through their own effort, their spiritual strength, become free from avidya maya. Rajogun, Tamogun, they realize I am the soul, the Atma. But to become free from vidya maya, now we need kripa, grace. That's why the Jnani had to come and do bhakti now. The verse in Gita, Brahma bhuta prasannatma nashochati na kangshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labhate param. Chapter 18, verse 54. Shri Krishna says that Jnani, that Brahma bhut, self-realized soul, Paramhans, is subject to downfall. Bar girenge. Again and again he'll fall. Until and unless he does something. Does what? Mad bhaktim. He does bhakti to Shri Krishna with a form. The same Shri Krishna is the Brahm, but in that form of Brahm he can't do anything. So how is he going to shower kripa, grace? So he has to do bhakti. The jnani, after attaining self-realization, has to do bhakti of Sri Krishna with a form. After that, if he still wants to merge, he wants to attain mukti, to merge into the formless aspect of Sri Krishna, it's fine. He wants to attain bhakti, fine. Whatever he wants. But he has to do bhakti to Sri Krishna with form. Number 49 now. Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe
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 Binu Hari Kripa न पाई सक ज्ञानी हो ब्रह्म ज्ञान राधे राधे
बिनु हरि कृपा न पाई सक ज्ञानी हो ब्रह्म ज्ञान राधे राधे
बिनु हरि कृपा न पाई सक ज्ञानी हो ब्रह्म ज्ञान राधे राधे
बिनु हरि कृपा न पाई सक ज्ञानी हो ब्रह्म ज्ञान राधे राधे
ब्रह्म अकर्ता वेद कह सोचहु मन ही सुजान राधे राधे
ब्रह्म अकर्ता वेद कहा सोचहु मन ही सुजान राधे राधे
ब्रह्म अकर्ता वेद कह सोचहु मन ही सुजान राधे राधे
ब्रह्म अकर्ता वेद कहा सोचहु मन ही सुजान राधे राधे
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण 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 राधे
बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय।
जय
बिनु हरि कृपा न पाई सक ज्ञान हु ब्रह्म ज्ञान. So there are three knowledge, three types of knowledge. One is shabdik gyan, theoretical knowledge, book knowledge. Someone reads a lot of book. Theoretical knowledge, shabdik gyan, material. This only leads to ahankar, pride, as we discussed before. One has no practical experience. He reads a lot of books, but it's all just words, doesn't have practical experience. So this gives rise to pride, known as Jnana Abhiman, the pride that I know, the pride of learning. Very dangerous. The Shabdik Jnana, theoretical knowledge. Higher than that, Atma Jnana. This is spiritual. the person crosses avidya maya, rajogun, tamogun. He realizes I am the soul, the Atma. That person goes in samadhi, spiritual trance. The happiness experienced by the jnani who goes in samadhi, I told you, no worldly happiness can compare to it. It is so great, the jnani feels I have attained everything. But as I've told you, there's Naramaya. He's gotten rid of avidya maya, but vidya maya is still there. As long as he is in samadhi, he is safe. Surakshit. But the moment he opens his eyes, vidya maya takes hold and he falls. Someone is being chased by a swarm of bees. In order to avoid being stung by the bees, he dives into a pond of water. As long as you remain under the water, the bees do not sting him, but they keep circling above the water. How long is going to remain? He comes up for air and the bee stings him. This is the samadhi of the jnani. The moment he opens his eyes, vidya maya takes hold. So it is spiritual but not complete. The person who attains that no longer grieves or desires for anything in the material world. Na shochati na kankshati. But it's not complete. So Atma Gyan. And higher than that, Brahma Gyan. Knowledge of God, Shri Krishna. Now he has crossed Vidya Maya also. But without bhakti, without the grace of Shri Krishna, impossible. Bhaktya mam vijanati yavan yaschasmi tatvatah tato mam tatvato gyata vishate tadanantaram. Chapter 18, verse 55, Gita. Shri Krishna makes it very clear. Without bhakti, without following the path of devotion, love in God, love in Shri Krishna, no one can attain Brahma Gyan, knowledge of Shri Krishna. That Jnani doesn't fall again. But only Shri Krishna, by the grace of Shri Krishna, Sodasi Raghubir ki samujhay mithya sopi chutay naram kripa binu nath kahu padropi. Only by the grace, only Bhagavan will shower his grace, kripa. Mamekamev sharanam atmanam sarvadehinam yahi sarvatma bhavena yayasyahya kuto bhayah. Bhagavan Krishna says to Uddhav in Bhagavad Mahapuran, Uddhav, only if you completely surrender to me will I shower my grace upon you. Only then you will become free from Maya. Otherwise impossible. But remember, we have to surrender to Bhagavan, to God, but God with a form. Sagun, Sakar, Savishesh. God with form, name, qualities, pastimes. Because the Brahm of the Vedas, same Shri Krishna, he is told to be Akarta. Brahm Akarta Vedakaha. Akarta means he doesn't do anything. The only thing he does, protect his existence. Satta. This is all Brahma does. The Brahma of the Jnanis. Shri Krishna himself, don't have any bad feeling about him. Gaurang Mahaprabhu says, the light that emanates from the body of Shri Krishna, जो ज्योति निकलते हैं उनके शरीर, दिव्य शरीर से, उसी को ब्रह्म कहते हैं. That there's a divine light that emanates from the divine body of Shri Krishna. Just as Shri Krishna is divine, his body is also divine. He doesn't have a body like ours. Chidanandamaya deha tumhari, vigat vikar jani adhikari. Just as Shri Krishna is divine, his body is divine. But to see divine body of Shri Krishna, we have to have divine eyes. We have seen Shri Krishna uncountable times when he descended in the world as Ram, Krishna, etc. Whenever he has descended, we were there, uncountable times. But avajananti mamudha manushim tanumashitam param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. Chapter 9, verse 11, Gita. Shri Krishna says, Arjun, unaware of my divine nature, that I am divine, the Supreme Lord, ignorant human beings, we people, under the control of Maya, we mistake him to be an ordinary human being just like us, with all the defects and shortcomings. Jaki rahi bhavana jaisi, Prabhu murati dekhi tin taisi. This is what happens. We have met God and the saints uncountable time. The saint who is God personified as well as Bhagavan. Uncountable. What happened? However, how we are on the inside, exactly how we are on the inside gets reflected like a mirror. We see them just like how we are. Imagine if we are extremely bad, tamasic, evil thoughts, all we think about dirty, evil things, and we meet God or a saint. Oh, very bad man. Very bad man. So we judge. That's all we can see, how we are. This is a unique thing about divine entities. That's why we don't benefit. So think about it. When the Brahm is a karta, oh good people of the world, he doesn't do anything, then how can he shower kripa, grace, that which is required for one to become free from Maya to attain knowledge of Shri Krishna? Think about it. Number 50. Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Radhe Krishna Radhe.
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 Sant Sang Sat Sang Karu, Tin Sevahu Din Raat Radhe Radhe.
Sant Sang Sat Sang Karu, Tin Sevahu Din Raat Radhe Radhe.
Sant Sang Sat Sang Karu, Tin Sevahu Din Raat Radhe Radhe.
Sant Sang Sat Sang Karu, Tin Sevahu Din Raat Radhe Radhe.
Shraddharati Aru Bhakti Sab, Aapu hi tehi mil jaat Radhe Radhe.
Shraddharati Aru Bhakti Sab, Aapu hi tehi
श्रद्धारती अरु भक्ति सब आप ही ते ही मिल जात राधे राधे।
श्रद्धारती अरु भक्ति सब आप ही देही मिल जात राधे राधे।
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण 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 राधे।
बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। संत संत सेंट जिन्होंने भगवान को देखा, दिव्य दृष्टि दिव्य ज्ञान पा लिया। The word sant. Now, in this age, people judge somebody is a saint by the clothes they wear. Anyone wears orange, yellow clothes, oh, saint. We have been visited by saints. We are so blessed to have the company of saints. Really? That makes someone a saint by the clothes he wears, by his behavior, by how he speaks, by his action, by what he eats, etc. No. Tulsidas ji says, Lakhi suvesh jagvanchak jeu vesh pratap puji ahiteu. The naive people in the world, those who don't know what a saint is, looking at the outward dress, vesh, outward behavior, etc., they start accepting these people as God-men, as saint, and start worshipping them. Fakes, imposters in the outward dress of God-men. They start worshipping them, etc., but they get nothing. And we always be here sometime in India, Sant Sammelan. There's an assembly, a conference of saints. A lot of people wearing orange clothes, yellow clothes, Sant Sammelan. So funny. Anybody can put on. Daku, they're murderers. In order to escape from the law, they grow beard and they put on orange clothes, etc. So if you look outwardly and judge from that someone is saint, then we'll get deceived. Shri Krishna says in Gita, Tad virpranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshinaha. This is what a saint is. Two things qualifies him to be a saint. One, jnaninaha. His knowledge of all the scriptures, complete knowledge, all Vedas, all Quran, all scripture. And he's able to distribute that knowledge to us, make us understand. This is Jnaninaha. But more important, most important, he is Tattvadarshinaha. He's attained that divine knowledge, divine bliss, divine vision of Shri. He has seen Shri Krishna. He's become free from Maya. Then he said, one who has become free from Maya. Sada Pashyanti Surya Tat Vishnu Paramam Padam. Yada he vaisha etasmridam mantaram kurte atatasya bhayam bhavati. So one, we can't see on the inside. हम अंदर नहीं देख सकते. We're not all knowing, we're not antaryami, so we look outwardly. We judge externally. What kind of clothes someone wear, what kind of food they eat, how they behave outwardly. And this is why instead of saints, we end up worshipping imposters, fake. First to begin, we have to understand, find out who is a saint, what is a saint. Don't just make anybody think anybody because he's wearing orange clothes, yellow clothes or no clothes that he is saint. Some people put on big acts, they act. Somebody says, I live only on fruit, phalahari. I live only on fruit. Someone says, I sustain only on milk. Somebody says, I sustain only on water. When everybody is not seen, I eat something else. But when they are seen, only water. Some people claim to live only on air. Hawa khate bas. It's all acting. People are good actors. Very good actors. Because we know that people can't see on the inside, so we make this great act outwardly. We have all the faults inside of us: greed, anger, jealousy, hatred, lust, everything. In other words, we are materialistic on the outside, we are materialistic on the inside. We have all the faults inside of us, but we hide them. We're very careful to hide them through the outward signs, dress, etc., of a garment. All kinds of marks on the forehead, long hair, long beard, no beard, yellow clothes, orange clothes, white clothes, all kinds of malas around the neck. And yet there's nothing divine. You may even curse that person, abuse them in the worst way, and they will keep smiling. Inside, they want to kill you. But outwardly, beta, theek hai, okay, beta. So we have to be very careful. Very careful. We've got to understand what is the saint, who is the saint. Don't just surrender to anyone. So, Sant Sang. Satsang karu. Satsang is very important. Sat Sang. Sat means sant, saint. Sang, association. Association with the saint, one who has attained God. Why is it important? So Bhagwan Shri Ram tells us in the Ramayana, Bhakti Swatantra Sakala Sukha Khani Binu Satsanga Na Pavahi Prani. Bhakti, the supreme path. Remember, I'm telling you, every path requires the help of bhakti, whether it's gyan, whether it's karma, whether it's yoga, any path. A bhakti doesn't need anybody. Swatantra. Bhakti Swatantra, supremely independent, free, and is the storehouse of all happiness. Sakala Sukha Khani. But how to attain bhakti? Binu Satsanga Na Pavahi Prani. Without the association of a saint, one who has attained that bhakti himself, no one can attain it. Jahi na chahiya kabhu kachu tum san sahaj sanehi. We can only get bhakti from someone who's attained that bhakti himself, that supreme divine love. Now, how are we going to get that? So Bhagwan Shri Ram first says, he's speaking to the residents of Ayodhya. He is given lecture. वो प्रवचन दे रहे, एक बार रघुनाथ बुलाए, गुरु द्विज पुरवासी सब आए. In 11,000 years, once, एक बार, once only, the Supreme Lord, he stayed in Ayodhya for 11,000 years when he descended in the age of Treta Yuga. And once only he called everyone in Ayodhya and he gave a lecture. Very important. Imagine how important. Once only he gave the lecture. He is saying that bhakti doesn't require anyone's help. Everybody requires the help of bhakti. It is the house of all happiness, but without the association of a rasik saint, one who's attained that bhakti himself, no one can attain it. But how are we going to get that association? So he says in the next chaupai, Punya punja binu milahi na santa, sat sangati sanshriti kar anta. Punya punja. Punya means spiritual merits, devotional deeds, great devotional deeds. You acquire merits. When that has become a huge, punj means a huge big storehouse in many, many lifetimes. It has accumulated and become a huge amount. The Lord showers His grace and we meet a saint. Punya punja binu, punya punja binu milahi na santa, and satsangati sanshiti kar anta. Satsang. When we associate with such a saint, then only our attachment for the material world will come to an end. In other words, we'll become free from Maya. Otherwise, impossible. Only when we associate with a true saint. Sri Ram himself is saying, God is saying. So, Sant Sang Sat Sang Karu Tin Sevahu Din Rat, and serve him day and night. Do the satsang, the association. There's a right way and there's a wrong way. Not much I can do now. Associate in the right way. Attach your mind to him, your heart. Serve him. See God and him personified. When you meet a true saint, you are meeting Bhagavan personified. Yasya sakshat bhagavati jnana deepa prade gurau. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 11 canto, 15 chapter, 26 verse. Sorry, 7 canto, 15 chapter, 26 verse. Know the saint, the one who lights the lamp of knowledge in the heart of the individual, know him to be God personified. Sakshat. That's how you have to associate. Do that. In Gita also Shri Krishna says, do his seva. Tat viripranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. Chapter 4 verse 34. When you meet the qualified guru, the true saint, jnaninaha plus tattvadarshinaha, what to do? Tadvirip pranipatena. Number one, completely surrender. Surrender the mind, the intellect. Whatever he says, close your eye and do it. Don't have doubt. Number two, pariprashnena. Acquire knowledge from him. Listening to his lecture again and again, reading his divine philosophy. Ask him question. And sevaya, do his seva, serve him. He will give you knowledge of Shri Krishna. He will give you Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna is saying, but this problem. The scripture says, Adav Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangota Bhajana Kriya Bhakti Samit Sindhu. Without faith, Shraddha, do not approach a saint. First, Adav means first. Adav Shraddha, have faith that he is a saint. Have faith that he is God personified. Then go, then you will benefit. Otherwise, you are going to get harm. You're going to judge, etc. That's one philosophy. Another philosophy is disassociate. But satsang karo, karte raho. Keep doing a satsang. Many people, when my Guru, Jagat Guru Tam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu was with us physically, he's still here with us, but he was here physically in the world. Many times, a lot of people will go just because somebody has said, they go to see who is this person, or they go there because somebody else is there and the family sends them to bring him away. Go and see what he's doing, take him away, etc. Many people went different ways, and they went and that's it. They remained there. They became so much, they fell so much in love with him. Just that satsang. The association of a true saint is so powerful. Just keep doing satsang. And this will happen. Shraddha means faith will come. Rati, love will come. Love for God, love for the saint who is God personified. Bhakti, all will come by itself. Knowledge, jnana, detachment, everything will happen by itself. Just by doing the satsang. So great is satsang. True satsang, of course. A lot of time people say, I'm going satsang because somebody is singing, somebody is talking, a worldly person is giving lecture, I am going satsang. That is not satsang. We don't understand what is satsang. We say, I'm going satsang. Are you going to meet a saint? No. But I'm going satsang. No. Sat means sant, saint. Sang means association. When we associate in the right way with a true saint, that is a satsang. This is why in the very beginning of the Ramayana, Bal Kand, Tulsidas Ji is glorifying the saint, the Guru, the true saint. And he says, Binu satsang viveka na hoi, Ram kripa binu sulabha soi. Without the association of a true saint, Sat Sang, Sat saint, Sang association. Without the association of a true saint, we cannot acquire true knowledge. You can read all the book you want, listen to all the lecture you want. Uncountable lifetimes of God. This Gita, this Bhagavad, this Ved, these are eternal scriptures. Sanatan. They have always existed and will always exist. There will come a time in Kali Yuga, all will disappear from the world. This is the effect of Kali Yuga, but it's not destroyed. It goes to the abode of Bhagwan, and then when Satyug starts again, all come back. So they have been in existence on this Gita, this Bhagavad, this Ramayana, this all these scriptures, Ved, they are all eternal. This is why the religion, Hinduism, the correct name is Sanatan Dharma, eternal. Sanatan means eternal. So they have always been there. And we have read Gita uncountable time. We have listened. We have read Bhagavad, Puran, Ved. nothing happens. That knowledge will come only when we associate with the saint. You may say, okay, I met Kripalu Mahaprabhu, I met a saint, but nothing happened. Because you didn't associate in the right way. We have to associate सत्य सत्य और सत्य संग दोनों सत्य होना चाहिए. एक में गड़बड़ तो बस. The saint has to be sat, in other words, genuine, bona fide saint, and the sang, the association has to be sat, true association with faith. If anyone has a problem, then we won't get, instead of getting benefit, you will get harm. So keep associated. My mind is so crazy, only doubts are coming, but keep this thing about this association of the saint is so powerful, slowly everything gets fixed by itself. So powerful is the satsang, but it has to be the true satsang. Faith will come, bhakti will come, true love will come, detachment will come, true knowledge. Everything will happen just by association. This is why when it comes to the saint, More man prabhu as vishwasa, Ramati adhik ram kardasa. Tusidasi says, Oh Lord, I have this full faith that greater than Ram, greater than God is the servant, the saint, the one who's attained God. Nobody benefits from Bhagavan when he comes. But when we associate with the saint, we attain everything. It is the saint who's going to make the heart, the mind pure. God says, Nirmal man jan so mohi pava, mohi kapat chal chidna bhava. Sugriv, only those who are pure in heart, pure mind, can know me, see me, attain me. The Lord is saying, I cannot tolerate deception, deceit, fraud. Who's going to make our heart, our mind pure? Can we do it? If we could have done it, we, the individual souls, are beginningless. Uncountable lifetimes we have gotten human birth. Forget about one God realization, we'd have attained thousands. It means we can't do it. Can Bhagavan do it? God? Can Shri Krishna do it? Yes. Shri Krishna, there's nothing impossible for him. But Shri Krishna says, no, you do it and then come. Only when you're pure in heart, then come to me. So what to do? So Shri Krishna says, don't worry, मैं अपना जन को भेज रहा हूँ. I'm sending my people to you. They will do that job. My saint, the true Guru, he will do the job of making the heart, the mind pure. He will give you true knowledge. He will give you bhakti. He will give us Shri Krishna. Everything Guru does. Everything. This is for this reason he's told to be greater. No one can be greater than Bhagavan. The saint who is being told to be greater, the Bhagavan is his master. He is the servant of the Lord. Ramadasa. But because of the work he does, which Bhagavan will not do, in that aspect alone he is told to be greater than Bhagavan. So important is Guru, the saint, the true Guru. Without him, nothing possible. So just by associating with him, everything will happen by itself. We'll do one more. Let's see. 51. Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Radhe Krishna Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Radhe Krishna Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Radhe Krishna Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Radhe Krishna
ब्रह्म बृहत्वात् ब्रह्म बृहत्वात् अस्बरा जाको आदि न अंत राधे राधे
ब्रह्म विहत्वा अस्बरा जाको आदि न अंत राधे राधे
ब्रह्म बृहत् त्वात् अस्बरा जाको आदि न अंत राधे राधे
ब्रह्म विहत्वात् बड़ा जाको आदि न अंत राधे राधे
बड़ा बृहन्त्वात् अस औरन करे अनंत राधे राधे
बड़ा बृहत्वात् अस औरन करे अनंत राधे राधे
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण 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 राधे
बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की
जय
The word Brahm, not Brahma, Brahm, they're two different things. Brahma and Brahm. Brahma is a form of Shri Krishna that does the work of creation. Shrishti karte hai. His forehead, Brahma. The grandsire, Pitamaha. So, that is the Brahma. So I told you before, every solar system has a Brahma, Vishnu, Shiv. One does the work of creating a solar system, Brahma. One does the work of sustaining, Vishnu, Garbhodashai. And one does the work of destroying, Shiv. So uncountable solar system, uncountable Brahma, uncountable Vishnu, uncountable Shiv. But they all Shri Krishna himself. There's a Brahma. Brahma, there's no I in there. There's Brahma. Brahma. That's the supreme power, the formless aspect of Shri Krishna. Nirgun, Nirakar, Nirvishesh, Akarta, no qualities, no pastime, no name, no form, just satta matra, only existence. All the powers are there, but they are unmanifested, latent. So, this word Brahma has two meanings. इसके दो अर्थ है ब्रह्म. एक अर्थ है बृहत्वात्. बृहत्वात् का मतलब सबसे बड़ा, सबसे बड़ा, जिसे बड़ा ना हो सकते, बृहत्वात्. और एक अर्थ है बृहन्त्वात्, जो दूसरे को बड़ा करते हैं. एक का अर्थ है बृहत्वात्, जो सबसे बड़ा है, और दूसरे अर्थ है बृहन्त्वात्, जो दूसरे को भी बड़ा बनाते हैं. So the word Brahma has two meanings. This can go long. I'm just being very brief. Two meanings for the word Brahma in the Vedas. One is Brahma Brihatvat, meaning that which is big. How big? There are many things that is big. The mountains are big. Bigger than the mountain is the ocean. Bigger than the ocean is the sky. And bigger than the sky, Brahman. That which nothing else is bigger than is told to be Brahman. So one of the meaning of the word Brahm, Sabse Bara, the biggest thing that exists. Sabse Bara. Many meaning for Bara, supreme bliss, supreme anand, supreme knowledge. No one has more knowledge than him. No one has more bliss. No one has more consciousness. Everything. Infinite, infinite, anant, 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 ananta anand, ananta gyan, ananta sat. Anant means infinite. Everything about him is infinite. To an infinite degree. So, Brihatvat. That's one meaning. The second meaning of Brahm, Brihantvat. Brihantvat means he makes others great. He himself is the greatest, biggest, and one who surrenders, attains him, he also becomes big, biggest. When one attains God realization, everything that Sri Krishna has, he gives to him. Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. Chapter 10, verse 10, Gita. Everything Sri Krishna has, he gives to that soul. Infinite knowledge, infinite bliss. Everything infinite. That's why Tasmins Tajjane Bheda Bhavat. Naraji says in Narad Bhakti Sutra, there is no difference between God and the saint, one who has attained God. Because everything that Sri Krishna has, he gives to that soul. So Sri Krishna is Bara, Sabse Bara, and one attains Sri Krishna, he also becomes, he doesn't become Brahm, but he also becomes great in that he has everything that Sri Krishna has. Only Brahm is only Sri Krishna. But the saint has everything that Sri Krishna has. That's why he's told to be equal to Sri Krishna. He is Sri Krishna himself personified. Look, an example. Let's suppose I have two purse. You keep money, etc. Purse. In one purse, I have one single $100 bill. $100 US. Another purse, I have 10 $10 bills. Is there a difference? The value of both is $100. In a different form. But the ultimate value, this is $100, this is also $100. One is single $100 bill, one is $10, but its value is the same. In the same way, when one attains Sri Krishna, everything that Sri Krishna has, he gives to that soul. Infinite knowledge, infinite bliss, infinite everything. God and the saint are one, they're not two. That's why when we meet a true saint, we are meeting God personified. So this is what is meant by the word Brahm. The Sri Krishna is Sabse Bara, the greatest, biggest thing that you can think about, and then one who attains him also becomes the greatest thing. He doesn't become Brahm. He just attains everything that Sri Krishna has. You have to really apply the intellect, right? We should never say, Aham Brahmasmi, I am God. No one can be God. God is only Sri Krishna. We are all servant of Bhagwan. We never say Shivoham. We say Dasoham, Dasoham. I am a servant of Sri Krishna. I am a servant of Sri Krishna. So we'll stop here for now and we'll continue next session. Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki, Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki, Siyavar Ramchandra ki, Pavan Sutta Hanuman ki, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. We're going to do a kirtan. from book 1, same book you have. Turn to page 139. So this beautiful kirtan, composed and written by Jagat Gurutam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu, talks about Radharani and her grace, her kripa, how compassionate, how loving, how kind Radharani. She's kripa is self-personified, Radharani. तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी।
ओ तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी।
तू तो कृपा की है मूर्ति राधा रानी,
तू तो कृपा की है मूर्ति राधा रानी।
ओ तू तो कृपा की है मूर्ति राधा रानी,
तू तो कृपा की है मूर्ति राधा रानी।
तेरी कृपा का तेरी तू तो कृपा की कृपा, तू तो कृपा ही कृपा करे राधा रानी,
तू तो कृपा ही कृपा करे राधा रानी।
ओ तू तो कृपा ही कृपा करे राधा रानी,
तू तो कृपा ही कृपा करे राधा रानी।
ओ तेरी कृपा का
राधे,
तेरी कृपा का
राधे,
तेरी कृपा का
राधे,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी।
तेरी कृपा का ना और छोर राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा का ना और छोर राधा रानी।
तेरी अगणित शक्ति है राधा रानी,
तेरी अगणित शक्ति है राधा रानी।
तेरी अगणित शक्ति है राधा रानी,
तेरी अगणित शक्ति है राधा रानी।
ओ सर्वश्रेष्ठ कृपा शक्ति तेरी राधा रानी,
सर्वश्रेष्ठ कृपा शक्ति तेरी राधा रानी।
ओ सर्वश्रेष्ठ कृपा शक्ति तेरी राधा रानी,
सर्वश्रेष्ठ कृपा शक्ति तेरी राधा रानी।
ओ तेरी कृपा का
राधे,
तेरी कृपा का
राधे,
तेरी कृपा का
राधे,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी।
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी।
कृपा ते ही जग रचा तूने राधा रानी,
कृपा ते ही जग रचा तूने राधा रानी।
कृपा ते ही जग रचा तूने राधा रानी,
कृपा ते ही जग रचा तूने राधा रानी।
कृपा ते ही जग पाले भी तू राधा रानी,
कृपा ते ही जग पाले भी तू राधा रानी।
ओ कृपा ते ही जग पाले भी तू राधा रानी,
कृपा ते ही जग पाले भी तू राधा रानी।
ओ ओ कृपा ते ही तू प्रलय करे राधा रानी,
कृपा ते ही तू प्रलय करे राधा रानी,
ओ कृपा ते ही तू प्रलय करे राधा रानी,
कृपा ते ही तू प्रलय करे राधा रानी।
ओ तेरी कृपा का
राधे,
तेरी कृपा का
राधे,
तेरी कृपा का
राधे,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
ओ तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
कृपा ते ही प्रकटाए वेद राधा रानी,
कृपा ते ही प्रकटाए वेद राधा रानी,
ओ कृपा ते ही प्रकटाए वेद राधा रानी,
कृपा ते ही प्रकटाए वेद राधा रानी,
कृपा ते ही दिय नर तनु राधा रानी,
कृपा ते ही दिया नर तनु राधा रानी,
ओ कृपा ते ही दिया नर तनु राधा रानी,
कृपा ते ही दिया नर तनु राधा रानी,
ओ कृपा ते ही दिया माँ का दूध राधा रानी,
कृपा ते ही दिया माँ का दूध राधा रानी,
ओ कृपा ते ही दिया माँ का दूध राधा रानी,
कृपा ते ही दिया माँ का दूध राधा रानी,
ओ तेरी कृपा का
राधे,
तेरी कृपा का
राधे,
तेरी कृपा का
राधे,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
ओ तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
कृपा ते ही दिया अन्न आदि राधा रानी,
कृपा ते ही दिया अन्न आदि राधा रानी,
ओ कृपा ते ही दिया अन्न आदि राधा रानी,
कृपा ते ही दिया अन्न आदि राधा रानी,
कृपा ते ही जिए जीव सब राधा रानी,
कृपा ते ही जिए सब राधा रानी,
ओ कृपा ते ही जिए जीव सब राधा रानी,
कृपा ते ही जिए जीव सब राधा रानी,
ओ कृपा ते ही जिए जीव सब राधा रानी,
कृपा ते ही जिए जीव सब राधा रानी,
ओ तेरी कृपा का
राधे,
तेरी कृपा का
राधे,
तेरी कृपा का
राधे,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी, तेरी
कृपा का
राधे,
भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
ओ तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
कृपा ते ही पावे जीव रस 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 राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा चाहो कृपालु राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा चाहो कृपालु राधा रानी,
ओ तेरी कृपा चाहो कृपालु राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा चाहो कृपालु राधा रानी,
ओ तेरी कृपा चाह हो कृपालु राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा चाह हो कृपालु राधा रानी,
ओ तेरी कृपा चाह हो कृपालु राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा चाह हो कृपालु राधा रानी,
ओ तेरी कृपा का
राधे,
तेरी कृपा का
राधे,
तेरी कृपा का
राधे,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
ओ तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
ओ तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
ओ तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
ओ तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
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 ओ तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा का
राधे,
भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
ओ तेरी कृपा का
राधा
भरोसा भारी
रानी,
ओ तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
ओ तेरी कृपा का
राधे,
तेरी कृपा का
राधे,
तेरी कृपा का
राधे,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
ओ तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी,
तेरी कृपा का भरोसा भारी राधा रानी।
वो राधा रानी की
जय,
श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की
जय,
अलबेली सरकार की
जय।